The work from home job force just got a big push from the current global coronavirus pandemic. Thanks to ever evolving technologies like Skype, FaceTime, Zoom, etc. But as these types of technologies are evolving, it is becoming much easier for the cyber criminals to sneak their way into our private lives. So, like every other video conferencing app, Zoom suddenly became the video meeting service of choice. Daily meeting participants on the platform surged from 10 million in December to 200 million in March. With that popularity, Zoom privacy risk extended rapidly to a massive number of people, and right now it is the most vulnerable way for the cyber criminals to infiltrate our privacy. Zoom's rapid sudden ascendance as a critical communication service had led to it drowning in a sea of privacy and security flaws. Like there are so many reporting cases of classroom Zoom bombings in which uninvited attendees break into and disrupt meetings with hate-filled or adult content, including an incident where cyber criminals broke into a class meeting and display a swastika on students' screen. Due to this, school districts began banning teachers from using Zoom to teach remotely in the midst of coronavirus outbreak, citing security and privacy issues surrounding the video conferencing app. The number of Zoom bombing are evolving so fast that people are started using AI Zoom bomb. Yes, a Samsung engineer Zoom bombed a colleague with an AI generated version of Elon Musk. Anyways, according to Zoom, they are taking the appropriate actions about these situations. Also, the data mining feature discovered in Zoom. The New York Times reported that the data mining feature on Zoom allowed some participants to secretly have access to their LinkedIn profile data about other users. Recently, during an investigation, researchers found thousands of recordings of Zoom video calls were left unprotected and viewable on the web. A large number of unprotected calls included discussion with personally identifiable information such as private therapy sessions, telehealth training calls, small business meetings that discussed private company financial statements, and elementary school classes with student information exposed. In a recent statement, Zoom admitted that some video calls were mistakenly routed through two Chinese whitelisted servers when they should not have been. Certain meetings were allowed to connect to the system in China where they should not have been able to connect. Now, talking about the cyber criminals, they always look for an opportunity to earn large amount of money from these type of private data disclosures. And in the Zoom case too, they found a way to get such amount. Over 5 lakhs Zoom accounts are being sold on the dark web and hacker forums. These accounts are being sold for less than a penny each, with some being given away for the free. I would suggest Zoom users to change their password and check the data breach notification sites. For example, have I been pawned? To help determine whether their email address or their username and password were among these leaked in the attack. Now, the things that you can do to make Zoom secure and safe is use random meeting IDs for public meetings. For example, your personal meeting ID is the default meeting ID when you schedule a host meeting. It doesn't change for any meeting unless you can change it by yourself and make it easy if anyone needs a way to reach you. So, for the public meetings, you should schedule a meeting with automatically generated meeting ID. The next one is require a password to join. You can make your meetings even more secure by requiring a password to the joining meeting options. So only those who have the password will be able to join the meeting. This feature can be applied both to a personal meeting and newly scheduled meeting. Now this is the most critical part where no one pays attention. Be aware of your links. Zoom meeting starts by creating a meeting and copying a URL that is generated by Zoom. You are then instructed to send it out to your participants or your students and all. I would not click through any link I got from Zoom invite, as that could be a potential phishing scheme. One of the oldest tricks in the book from scammer is sending out a malicious link in an email that usually leads to malware that take control of your computer. Remember, privacy is like eating and breathing, is one of the life's basic requirements.